It's been a while since I've done an Ask Carrie, hashtag Ask Carrie. So instead of just doing a general question and answer, I thought I would theme this video around theatre. How much of the audience can you see when the spotlights are on? The lighting changes quite dramatically throughout the whole show from scene to scene. So how much of the audience we can see all depends on which part of the show we're in. Like for instance, when I'm singing on my own, I literally cannot see anyone. It's completely pitch black. What is your favourite show tune to sing? That's like asking me to pick my favourite Stitch. Do you believe in the Macbeth curse or any other theatre superstitions? No one says Macbeth in the theatre. I think that's one that even if you believe in it or not, you still don't risk it. Even if you don't believe in it, you still don't say Macbeth in the theatre. You always refer to it as the Scottish play. You're also not supposed to whistle in theatres, but I've heard a lot of people whistle in the theatre. I've whistled in the theatre and nothing bad has happened. But as I said in one of my previous videos, I do have my own little weird superstitions. What's the worst thing to eat before going on stage? People say that you're not supposed to eat dairy if you're going to sing, but based on the stuff that we eat in our dressing room, we don't roll by that rule. There is something that we call chocolate voice, and it's when you've eaten lots of chocolate and your throat gets a bit sort of claggy and you end up talking like that. It's very funny when that happens. Not for the person it's happening to, but for those around them, it's very funny. I've learnt not to down a can of Diet Coke before going on stage because it just makes you want to burp through every line. And it's not like sort of a, oh, I kind of need to burp right now. It's a, I'm really scared that I'm going to burp halfway through this song into your face. If you couldn't do theatre or any drama profession, what would you do for a living other than YouTube? I would probably be a writer of some sort. I know I'm already a writer, but writing is something that I've always loved and always wanted to do. So I feel like I would have got the qualifications necessary to work in publishing, or just to work around books, to be an editor, or like PR manager for book campaigns. Or I would have been a journalist. I would have written for a magazine or written for a newspaper or something. I like to surround myself with creativity, so if I couldn't have done that through drama and acting and singing, I would have found a way to have done it through writing. If you were to have dinner as Eponine with another character from another musical, who would it be? I reckon Eponine would be interested to chat to Elphaba. Elphaba was in that situation where she wasn't that girl, and I mean, Eponine never gets to be that girl, but Elphaba manages it. Elphaba manages to bag Fiyero, so I reckon Eponine would want some tips. Do you just like share mugs, or do you have designated cups? There are certain mugs that belong to certain people in our dressing room, but often we're not in the dressing room at the same time, so whenever I'm having a cup of tea, no one else is drinking tea, so I get to use my own mug. But even then, I'm the only real tea drinker in the room. I'm the only one who is constantly drinking tea, and so my mug kind of just stays on my place, and it's usually half full with a cup of tea. What's one job you've never tried at the theatre that you'd like to try? I would love to call the show. In every show in the West End, there's someone who sits sort of in a little booth with a headset on, and they've got I don't even know what they have. It must be some kind of script or some kind of special abridged, queued up script. And when it gets to about 5 or 10 minutes before someone's needed on stage, they put out a call throughout the backstage of the theatre calling them to the stage. I would love that job. I would love to do that. Just once. Just once I'd love to call the show. Did you ever get starstruck from someone you met at stage door? Yes. I met Kellen Lutz, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, but the guy who plays Emmett from Twilight, because the guy who was playing Andras last year was friends with him because they worked together once, and he was just the nicest guy, and he's so good looking, so I had a little bit of a one of those moments when I met him. Has there ever been a part in a play you've always wanted but know you could never get? I really want to play Nala. I don't think they're gonna cast me somehow. Who knows? Who knows? One day I would love to play Nala in The Lion King. I hope you've enjoyed this very theatre-y Ask Carrie, and follow me on Twitter at Carrie H. Fletcher for when I ask you guys for more questions. Too hot, too hot, too hot. Ah. I have just spotted this next to me in a box, and I just wanted to say thank you to the girl who gave it to me, because she wasn't actually at stage door to give it to me, she gave it to a friend to give to me.